Hey everybody, Sweaty Zeus here, and now we are going to continue our Demon Souls remake walkthrough. So we just took out our first boss and are ready for the first time. You should have a few souls now, got about 5,000. So what we're going to do after talking to the Flame Keeper lady, I don't know, brain fart, I can't remember her name. Um, Gonna run up here and I'm going to show you where we need to go. Oh, almost fell. It's actually okay because we're going to need to kill ourselves in a video game, obviously. As you can see, since we defeated the last boss there, we are now no longer in soul form. So we are actually going to kill ourselves and go back to soul form, which actually decreases our health. But there's a reason we're going to do that, and it has to do with world tendency, as I talked about earlier, and I'm going to go into further detail. But first, here's the monument small Asian child boy, and we're going to talk to him and play a cutscene. So I'll be quiet for a minute.
We have long awaited you, slayer of demons. I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced.
Also, interesting fact, his mouth doesn't move when he talks.
In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones, one to the king of a small yet industrious land, one to the king of the burrowers underground, one to the wise queen of the great tower, one to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls, one to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen, and the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the Nexus and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain. Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One. If not, have you the strength? Yes, we are fortunate indeed. Now, go forth. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek, and lure. brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber. What is it? Seekest thou the power? Of course. Go. Let these vagabonds. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength. Thou seekest the power, then touch it. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Art thou finished?
May thy strength help.
Alright, so we were having a little trouble with audio there. Basically, what I went over is the monumental up top, who he is, how to get to him. We are in human form. We want to get into soul form. And I showed you the different stat attributes. I was talking about that, but I was having, again, an issue with my mic, so probably missed all that. I'll have to check it out later, but oh well. So what we're going to do now is kill ourselves in the game. And I just run. That's not high enough. Usually if you can fall off the rest of that, that'll be enough to kill you. There we go. Alright, we did. So now we're back in soul form. And the reason we're going to do that is you don't want to die in body form in any of these worlds, because what we're trying to do is get our world tendency to pure white to pick up certain items. If you die in human form, it makes your world tendency dark. So that's actually, we want to start white and then go to dark after we've got on all the items and different interactions you can get with white world tendency. So basically, in a complicated way, that means we don't want to die in body form in any of these worlds we're going to go to. Unless, we're not worried about getting the world tendency. I'm not going to do all of them. A couple of these worlds, I think it's really not as important. Because I don't really care about what's there. But I am going to show you the first, World 1, World 2, World 3 I will as well, because we have some magic things we're going to worry about. World 4, we'll see. I'm not really in World 5. I'm going to probably ignore that as well, because that's a faith-based weapon. You can get through that, and not really, we're not faith, so it doesn't matter. But we're going to go ahead and pick up for this build a weapon that's really going to stick with us a lot of the game, and we're going to venture outside of our first time outside of Boletaria. Now again, this is World 4, so these guys are going to hit a lot harder than anything we've seen, so we're magic, so we'll be okay. But if you're playing as melee, you're going to really want to be comfortable with rolling. Oh. And we're going to die, maybe. Wow, see, I almost died from the first enemy there, which is pretty sad. Might be better off, actually. I thought our magic would hit harder than that, to be honest, but we might want to excuse me, might want to actually use whoa, that almost scared me. I might want to use the sword with fire. That's a good option as well. So we're not trying to go very far. See that item right above my head right there? That's what we're trying to get. So we're not going to go too far. And there's also another item we might try to get. You want to make sure you're going to want to have this archstone that we picked up by the dragons back there, as I went over in the last episode. So I'm actually going to put my shield on to take out this guy here. See how that goes. Oh wow, they're doing no damage. And are we gonna die? Yep. Yeah, magic's gonna be the way to do that. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do. So now we're gonna have our shield and magic, which we're gonna be able to utilize. Alright, we didn't take any damage that time, and soul remains, which are, you know, a cheap, not really important item I would worry about too much. You can throw them to attract the skeletons. We're gonna get this guy to get stuck here. And just get a little cheap with him. So we can hit him. There we go. One more. Alright. Now again, I know we used a lot of magic there, but it's going to regenerate, so we're not too worried. And I'll go ahead and show you here. A spice. We'll use that. And see, that fully filled our magic back up, so. That bow guy we can just kind of ignore. Right now we're going to worry about the guy to the left. And we're going to bait him into swinging. And he's going to roll, of course, and miss. Alright. This guy shouldn't be a problem. Oh no, that's a problem. We didn't mean to get two at once. Oh my gosh. This is pretty sad. I got a little careless there. Can run through all this too, which, you know, use it as a learning experience and just go ahead and play. These guys are going to be much easier once we pick up that weapon we're going for as well. And if you're having too much trouble, go ahead and play through, you know, World 1-2 a little bit, or World 2-1, and build up your, character just a little bit, maybe your magic or your strength or whatever you're going for, and then come back and this will be much easier after just a little bit of time. But we're coming into this very weak right now. Alright. See if we can. We're gonna aggro that guy. Oh gosh. Tell you what, I think we're just gonna make a dash for it. We're gonna have to kill this guy, obviously. Alright. Probably gonna want to kill this one too, actually. Alright, that's a lot easier. Alright, so there's gonna be 1, 2, and there's gonna be 4 guys on the staircase. So what we're really trying to do is pick these guys off one at a time. And you know what? I forgot the most important thing here. And the thief ring is going to make us harder to detect distance-wise. So these other skeletons aren't going to pick us up quite as quickly. Come on. This is obviously not working the way we expected. I think the thief ring was the move, and you're going to want to wear it in this area anyways, because those stingrays that are flying around are going to shoot you if you don't. Trying to just aggro this one skeleton. There we go. Oh no. I forgot I took the ring off there. As you can see, it's much easier to circle them. Actually, we're just going to stick with that for now. If they stun you like that, you're going to want to kind of spam roll a little bit. So, oh shoot, we rolled right into that.